Happy Women's Day! I love it! I was gonna wear something pink, but I don't have anything pink. And also, not all women like pink. So there you go. So happy Women's Day to all you ladies out there, and also to all you men who have or ladies at your side, or children, mothers, grandmas, whatever the lady is. Happy Women's Day. And in honor of Women's Day, we're going to be speaking about a topic that is very close to my heart. And this may not relate back to every woman out there, but I'm sure there are women that are affected by this, but also men, of course. And we're going to be speaking about addiction again, because I feel like, first of all, this is a topic very close to my heart because I experienced it. And also because there are things that people don't talk about. So I want to talk about relapse. You know, the journey of addiction is a heavy burden to carry. And the sessions that I give, I don't want to present it in, you know, this is the easiest experience you're going to have, because addiction is something that is very difficult to get rid of, but there is a solution, especially working with your powerful, incredible mind and finding out, why am I addicted to food? Why am I addicted? Why do I feel this need to smoke weed every morning? Why have I got this addiction to heroin, to cocaine, to wine, to alcohol, and so on? Whatever it is that may be affecting you, there is a reason, a psychological reason for why we use, and why, even when everything is going great and you're so happy, and you may actually be someone who is clean or sober, who has had a fallback, who's had a relapse, as I like to call it, and then it's the end of the world, right? These feelings of, I am worthless, I feel so guilty, the regret, the fear of becoming that person again that you once were, and not understanding why we may have relapsed. Because I remember when I went to rehab years ago, and that was my first, well, my many attempts of becoming clean. And it was a great experience. I learned a lot. I met a lot of lovely people. I had great counselors. I went to an incredible rehab. I do have to say that I don't ever want to diminish that time that I had there. But after I came out, this was in England, I came back to Spain. I was very happy. My life was going great. I had a new job, which unfortunately wasn't this job, because this really is my dream job. But I was very happy, and I was driving in my car, actually coming back from a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, and I listened to this great song that I'd never heard before, and I loved it, and I was like, I'm just gonna go and drive to my drug dealer's house. No reason. I couldn't understand why that happened. And then off I went for a month of absolute devastation, consumption daily. It was getting worse. My physical body was falling apart all over again. And the worst bit is that you have had that taste of freedom. You've had that taste, that feeling of feeling free, of being liberated, of living without this substance, and knowing that you can, and how life is so much better without it, because it really is. So that's when I discovered RTT. That's when I became truly clean, because I was working on my mind. And that's when I also transformed into an RTT therapist. And I am so grateful for this relapse, because I don't know if the stars would have aligned and I would have become who I am now had I not had that relapse. And it's something that I think all of us need to remember, is that we're human beings, and sometimes we make mistakes, right? So if you've had a relapse, or you were thinking about using again, I think we need to remind ourselves what this substance caused us, because we used to relate this thing to pleasure. I mean, so much pleasure. We gave it this role of making us happy, this person, this thing that was our friend. The alcohol was our friend when I feel lonely. The cocaine was my friend when I was happy, so I didn't have to be with people. The weed is my friend because it relaxes me. And we make these excuses because they're like, no, yeah, but I just like having a drink, or yeah, I just like taking a little bit of crack, or whatever it is that you do. But there's a psychological reason for why we do this, and we can find out why, and any negative limiting belief that was formed in that time, and install new ones. Who are you now? I'm intolerant. I'm indifferent to cocaine. I am intolerant, disinterested to any form of alcohol. It's easy and effortless and natural for me to say no to a drink. These are the kind of things that we were going to ingrain permanently within your subconscious mind. And I just wanted to say to anyone who's suffering from addiction, like I feel you. It is horrendous. It is so painful, and I'm so sorry that you are going through this right now. It really, really is crippling, and it feels like you just can't get out. Because let's give an example. You've used whatever the drug or substance is, you drank, and then the next day you feel horrendous, you feel guilty, you feel lost, you hate yourself, and you tell yourself how much you hate yourself, and you have all of these negative things going on within you. But how do we come out of that? How do we get out of this horrible cycle? Because once we're in those thoughts, we want to use because we don't want to feel those feelings anymore. So then we begin again, and we're like, oh, it will be fine. I'll just have one drink, and then I'll feel so much better, because then I won't think about it, or it'll be all right. I'll feel better. Like I'll stop at one point, but right now, and we sort of try and block it off. We try and either numb ourselves, get away from ourselves, or anything to not feel those feelings, right? And it's difficult to be able to, just before you're about to relapse, just before you're about to call that guy or that dealer, or go and buy yourself that bottle of wine or that bottle of vodka, to then say, actually, I'm not going to do it. You know, so we need to find out why we do it in the first place, to be able to stop that cycle, because this is a habit. Not only do you do this for psychological reasons, because there's hurts, there's wounds, there's old beliefs that are basically running your mind. This has also become a habit. So just as much as when you wake up and you go directly, you have your morning routine, right? Everyone wakes up and they have their own process. So I wake up in the morning, I do my 2 minutes of gratitude. That's now my habit. This wasn't part of my habit before. I would just get up, roll out of bed, and make myself a cup of tea. But now it's different. Do my gratitude, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I have my tea. That is my morning routine. You know, we all have a structure. If you have a structure of, I wake up in the morning, I realize, damn it, I used again, I'm going to go and do another line just to keep me going. Or I'm going to, we have this process. It becomes a habit. When I finish work at 5 o'clock because I worked so hard, I deserve a reward. So I'm going to spark up a joint, or I'm going to go out and buy myself a bottle of wine. And I say wine a lot because there are a lot of people that have issues with drinking, and they think, oh, it's only a glass of wine, it's only a bottle or two a night. It's not really the end of the world. But actually, if it's affecting your life, your state of mind, or impacting you in a negative way, this is becoming an addiction if it's not already an addiction. So you need to get ahead of that. And if you can't get ahead of it, then there's still a solution out there. And for me, the solution was RTT. For my clients that I work with very dedicatedly, because I have constant communication with them. I am there. I had a client recently that a few days after her session was not feeling very well. So I immediately called and we spoke, and she felt amazing afterwards. And then that's that, I make time to dedicate my all to my clients, because I want you to have freedom, because there is so much out there. This world needs you in it. And if you carry on using, if you carry on drinking, you might not be here for long. So take this chance now to free yourself, liberate yourself. Go to my website, book a free call on leliahypnosis.com, or even directly book a session. But it's always nice to have a conversation. It's free. You get to unburden yourself, and I can see how I can help you, because you're worth it. You deserve it. And I want you to be free, just like I'm free. Anyway, all my love. Have the most amazing, wonderful, beautiful day, you stunners.